we are covering Cisco DNA Center, now known as Catalyst Center, a topic that falls under the automation and programmability domain of the CCNA exam. For the exam, you need to stop thinking about managing networks one command line interface at a time. Instead, think about a centralized orchestration platform that automates and manages the entire network from a single dashboard. That is the core function of Cisco DNA Center. It replaces the traditional error-prone CLI by CLI configuration model with a more intelligent, automated approach. The exam will test your understanding of a concept called intent-based networking. This means you tell the network what you want to accomplish, not how to do it. For instance, your intent might be to quarantine all IoT devices onto their own network segment with no access to financial servers. You define this business policy, and DNA Center translates that intent into the specific configurations required on all the relevant switches and routers automatically. A common point of confusion on the CCNA is the difference between the underlay and the overlay network, especially within the context of SD Access, which is Cisco's primary solution built on DNA Center. The underlay is the physical network, the actual switches, routers, and cabling that provide basic IP connectivity. The overlay is a virtual network built on top of the underlay, using technologies like VXLAN to create virtual tunnels. An exam trap is to mix up their functions. Remember, the underlay gets the packets from A to B physically, while the overlay enforces policies, creates segmentation, and provides the advanced features. One of DNA Center's most powerful features for exam scenarios is its plug-and-play capability. Imagine you need to deploy a new switch in a branch office. With plug-and-play, you just have it physically racked and connected. When it powers on, it automatically discovers the DNA Center, authenticates, and downloads its entire configuration without a network engineer ever needing to touch the command line. This zero-touch provisioning is a key benefit you need to know. Another critical component is DNA Center Assurance. Think of this as the analytics and monitoring engine. It provides end-to-end visibility into network health, client performance, and application experience. For a test question, if a user complains about poor Wi-Fi, Assurance can trace their specific connection, analyze signal strength, and use AI to pinpoint the root cause, whether it's a misconfigured access point or interference. Finally, understand the role of Northbound APIs. A Northbound API allows DNA Center to communicate with other IT systems, like a service management platform. An exam question might test your knowledge of its purpose, integration. It allows for higher-level automation, where an external system can programmatically make a request to DNA Center to, for example, provision network resources for a new virtual machine. For a mental shortcut, remember the phrase, "My intent is to build a smart network, not a manually configured one." This ties the core concept of intent-based networking to its primary benefit of replacing manual CLI tasks, which is the whole reason platforms like DNA Center exist. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.